Yes, YouTubers, it's happy Halloween and welcome back to another edition of the Great Raymondo Outdoors. We're back in the kitchen, and as it's Halloween and we're coming to the end of autumn stroke start of winter, it's time to start considering the type of stove that we're going to be using when we're out on them there hills wild camping. So with that in mind, without further ado, let's get into the video and let's take a look at this, my new winter alcohol stove stroke cook kit. This is just a small cook kit that I've put together based around the X-Boil alcohol stove. Alright, it's very lightweight. I've got everything in here. We're going to do a quick weigh of the kit itself. Right, I'll take it out and I'll show you. I've got it in this little protector. But basically what it is, this is just one of the artisan titanium cups from AliExpress. This costs about 16 quid, 17 quid. You see it's been well used already. You know, I've got a couple of elastic bands on there just to make sure everything stays secure. What we're going to do, we're going to weigh this as a oneer. I'll break it down and show you what I've actually got in there, because it's not just the alcohol stove that's in there. There's warm drinks in there, and there's actually a meal in there, believe it or not, as well. So there's everything there to be self-contained for a night out on the hills should the worst come to the worst. Let's get on for it. Let's do a little breakdown of the kit. We'll weigh it and I'll show you what's in there. Let's start with the weight. Turn these little scales on. These are just kitchen scales. Okay, see there, 0 grams. So the full kit, pop down there, shouldn't be too heavy. I've never previously weighed this, so let's see. This is as much a surprise to me as it is to you. 352 grams for the full kit. So now that we've got the weight done there, let's get these scales out of the way. Right, and let's start breaking this down. I've got a couple of elastic bands on there just to make sure it does stay tight and it does stay closed. Sorry, that's why the lid can come off, because I didn't say I've got this ram packed full of goodies. Alright, so first and foremost, I've got a lid there. You want a lid to obviously help with boiling times. You know, we all know, well, if you've used one before, you know that an alcohol stove isn't the quickest means of boiling your water or cooking your food. So keeping the lid there and keeping it on top of your pot is going to make this a lot more efficient operating system. Then I've got in here just one of those dry meals. Alright, just chicken pasta, one of my personal favourites. Right, so we've got a meal in there. In here, I've got a little silicone funnel just for when I want to refill my alcohol bottle, which I'll come to in a minute. Alright, so I've got a little funnel, a few warm drinks. So far what we've got in this little cook set: the lid, a warm meal, hot drinks, and a little funnel for the alcohol. Next, I've got the X-Boil little alcohol fuel bottle. I've got my lighter. I've got the little X-Boil alcohol stove itself. I've got the X-Boil windshield. I'll show you how all this works in a minute, guys. I've got just a little bit of tissue kitchen roll in there just to keep everything nice and clean, and that's it. So as you can see, guys, it's quite deceiving how much you can actually get just in that little 650 milliliter titanium cup. But there is a good little wild camping winter cook set stroke kettle all packed into one for you. Okay guys, now that I've seen everything that this little stove set contains, what I'm going to do is move all this out the way and we'll do a little time test on it. So setting the X-Boil stove up couldn't be easier. Like I said, you've got the little windshield. That's what you need to set up first. So it basically just clips in this little round bit and 2 round slots. They slide straight through there and then just pull back on themselves like that, so that they fit in, and that's your windshield set up there. Okay, and then take it apart like that. Alright, so set it up, in, pull it through, and out it goes. Alright, then next thing that you're going to do, take your little stove and you get these 3 little pot rests in there. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Right, they just sit on the side of here. Right, like that, just slide on. And that means that once they're on there, your cook can nest in and sit on there. Okay, so as you see, these 3 little pot holders just sit on the side of the windshield, and that means that you can easily take your pot and just set it in there. Next we want to get ourselves some water. I'll typically use this Secret Summit X-Mug, so I boil a cup's worth of that. Get that into our kettle stroke pot. Light your X-Boil, you can see that's away straight away there. Place your windshield over that. Get your pot on there. We'll start a timer and we'll see how long this takes. Pop the lid on. Like I said, to speed it up. Now while we're waiting for that to boil, let's just have a little chat about these alcohol stoves. Why bother? I mean, we all know that it takes a lot longer to boil. If you're anything like me, you're pretty impatient when you're out wild camping. I've always preferred gas stoves. You know, it's just a thing. When I want to brew a Robert Downey brewing, yeah, I want it ready like now, yesterday. It means I'm probably a little bit tired after a big hike. I'm probably a little bit cold and I want to warm myself up fast. So I don't really want to be messing about, clonting about. Get the gas stove on, boom, off you go, there's a brew fast, right? Now, I did a solo wild camp last year. I put a link in the video to where I was out in the Northumberland Hills up by the Cheviot, where my gas stove failed on me. Lucky enough, I did have an alcohol stove with me. It wasn't one of these at the time. It was just a little spare army type one with the fire dragon blocks, right? But that saved me that night. This is starting to boil already. Ooh, starting to get a little bubble on there, guys. Yeah, so that saved me that night, and it made me reconsider the fact about alcohol stoves and how it's a lot more sensible to have one in the winter time. Okay guys, we've just gone 4 minutes, and as you can see, we're almost there. 4 minutes 30, that's bubbling away nicely. So there you go guys, 4 minutes 30 to boil up that water. Obviously when you're using these, be careful taking these off, because I do get up. I'm just going to use the paper because I've got no gloves. Whoosh, and you can see there's quite a flame there. Right, put that out the way, I'll pop that over here for now. Okay, then all that you do, take this, I would normally have my gloves on, remember. Okay, so I'm going to get it off without setting fire to the paper. Take that off, get your lid. So there you go, time test. Obviously that little lid puts it out, you screw the lid back on, take your pot stands back off, they just go back inside the actual stove, and that just screws back on like that. Taking that apart, like I said, just pop it into the circles, now it comes, then this just coils up on itself inside the actual mug. Right, like that. Get your bit of tissue in, stuff it down the bottom like that. Stove in first, lighter and bottle, drinks, stuff your drinks in. Little filter, I'm going to need that to refill the bottle. And then your hot meal sits in the top. Take your lid, like I said, fold the handles in, and the handles, easy. That's my winter Cookset, the X-Boil alcohol stove. Hope you enjoy this video. Nice, quick, simple, easy one. Have a happy Halloween.